Hello from Liverpool's Echo Arena, where almost 1,000 participants from 32 countries are here to contest for medals in the world's most popular martial art. Taekwondo has over 60,000 participants in the UK alone, the best of whom are here to contest for the 2017 European ITF Championships. Let's join your commentator Rob Walker for a look at the spectacular action that's coming at you from here by the Mersey.
Over 4 days, the Echo Arena plays host to athletes from ages 11 to 67, battling in children's, juniors, seniors and veterans categories for over 1,000 medals in a huge variety of competitions and weight categories. Started by the Korean military in the 50s, Taekwondo contains 5 competition categories, testing the all-round ability of participants, some of whom will compete in every discipline. Patterns in both team and individual competitions are all about precision and synchronization. Self-defense sees countries put on an imaginative rehearsed routine that wouldn't be out of place in the movies. In power breaking, it's skin and bone versus breakboards. Control and courage also required. Special techniques tests athleticism in aerial moves and amazing demonstrations of agility and ability. Sparring is where the combat comes in. 2 contenders head-to-head fighting for points in a battle as tactical as it is physical. To accommodate all this requires 10 hours of competition a day on 7 competition mats and with a veritable army of 55 umpires from all over Europe to oversee it.
How does it feel to get hit when you're in one of these sparring situations?
Painful. One word, painful. The way to look at it is if you hear a loud slap when someone kicks you normally find the blow's been dissipated over a large area. So that's really just a touch blow. If you don't hear anything, that's the blow to watch for, because if there's no noise, you normally find the person's used the correct tool on the correct target and it's done enough damage that the person should just drop to the floor. We teach a set of values. We don't just say we're going to teach you to kick and punch and there's nothing that goes with it. We teach the do side, which is the, if you like, the art, the way, the method. So we want you to live by a set of values: courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. Never give up, always persevere, know right from wrong, respect everyone, including yourself.
Representing England in the individual patterns, schoolteacher Kirsty Miller is from a Taekwondo dynasty. Her father is a senior master.
Competing for England for me is amazing. I'm lucky enough to have competed in many international competitions now as a junior and a senior. And this year I'm female captain, which is just the best that it can be, and I'm really proud. I really enjoy patterns, in particular individual patterns as well as team, because you're there by yourself. It takes immense concentration.
Miller moves through the rounds with victories over Slovenia's Circe and Scotland's Lauren Richardson.
Well, I just made it to my first European patterns final.
Bulgaria's Albana Sitnilska takes gold in the final, but Miller's silver medal is a solid start to the competition. Could the men's captain, Ricky de Winton, repeat her success?
There's not many people that sort of get the opportunity to represent the country in an event, and really sort of being here now is kind of like almost the pinnacle of, let's say, my sporting career.
After beating Ruslan Bilenki of Ukraine, Ricky's campaign came to an end with a bronze medal, defeated by Russian Vadim Khan in the semi-final. In the final, though, Khan is defeated by another Englishman, Carl Davis, who delivers his nation's first gold.
I've been working hard for this. I knew exactly what I needed to do. Last year I won a bronze medal and I knew how he beat me. I knew what to work on. I've been working on it for a solid year, and then you put me in a final against anybody, then I'm just going to show up and just show what I can do.
There's another medal in the team sparring for the women. Kirsty Miller and 4 teammates, including Katie Olive, take the bronze. Despite competing with a heavy cold, Olif was hoping for more medals in the competitions to come.
Sparring's probably one of my favourite events. I get really nervous, but you kind of just got to think, you know, we're all here, we're all doing Taekwondo. I'm here, I'm good enough to represent my country. You know, I can do this.
Well, Katie Olif taking on Martina Kopečka of the Czech Republic in the last 16. This for a place in the quarter-finals. Remember, in this format, it's two-minute rounds. And as we join the action at the start of the second round, Olif has a slender advantage. Well, joining me in the commentary box for this one is current England junior captain James Moran. James, it's a big stage, she's a tricky opponent, but what an opportunity this is for Katie Olif.
Of course, Rob, it's a great opportunity for Katie here, and the thing she needs to remember is she can take her time with this. She's got a slender lead, get her compulsory out the way earlier. That's what Frances Miller, the coach, will be saying to her. Keep calm, and she can really do this. She's got a great crack at this here.
Olif boxing with the red gloves, Kopečka in the blue for the Czech Republic. Katie's face a picture of concentration, a few cries from the crowd for the home athletes. And in fact, she's got that compulsory done very quickly, James.
Straight out the way there, that gives her a really comfortable end to this fight. It means she can take her time and really pick her shots here, but she's got to watch out because the Czechs just scored hers.
Yes, Kopečka has managed to get her compulsory, and this is not going to be easy for Olif. She cannot afford any slip in concentration.
Katie's a really aggressive fighter, but the thing she does great, she's very cool and calm about it. She knows when to turn it on. She's got the draw back, and she's picking her shots excellently here.
Some great exchanges there. Kopečka just turned her back. That results in a warning, and remember, 3 warnings equals a point deduction. So they've got to watch their discipline as well as their technique and their aggression.
Getting a bit scrappy there, Rob, but you can see Katie's picking her shots, as I just mentioned. Kopečka's thrown a few, but Katie's nicked in the shots, and she's gone ahead here.
Katie Olif doing a brilliant job here against a tricky opponent now. She will get a warning for that, but it looked to me as though she managed to block that kick.
She did, Rob. The point is, she's taken a warning, which means she's got 6 warnings, which is a minus point, but she's blocked the kick, so she's avoided going 2 points down.
Katie a little bit disappointed with herself there. You could see the body language changing because Kopečka has once again taken the lead, and she needs a really big 24 seconds here.
This is a massive 24 seconds. She's taken the lead. Whoever's losing, they cannot go charging in here because they'll just get picked off. It's really a matter of using your ring craft to move around and picking off the shots as she's just done.
Katie Olif now just 8 seconds away from a place in the quarter-finals, which it's the same as boxing, remember, would put her 1 win away from a guaranteed medal in the semis. She's checking the scoreboard, and it confirms that she's done it. Katie Olif moves through to the quarter-finals after a really tight, intriguing encounter. Another member of England's powerful sparring squad, Laura Orgill, also has her eyes on a medal. Scotland's Lauren Richardson is her first opponent. Orgill's victory never really in doubt.
I retired from international competition after the Worlds in 2013, and because it was being hosted in Liverpool, I thought, oh, I may as well give it a shot. It's on my doorstep. And I went back squad training and still had the standard, so we came back and it's paid off.
So Laura Orgill out of retirement, inspired by these European Championships happening here at the Liverpool Echo Arena, and what an opponent standing in her way of a place in the semi-finals. Yulia Sukareva, the reigning European champion. Just over a minute to go here in round 2.
Massive respect to Laura for going this. She's going to be facing fighters a lot younger than her, maybe a bit more fresher than her. She's got the experience though. Sukareva's a very aggressive fighter. You see Laura's trying to throw her compulsory here. Can she get one in?
Sukareva managed to get hers in quite early. That's why she's leading. She's in the red gloves. Laura Orgill in the blue, watching and waiting for that moment to try and produce the compulsory.
Sukreva stuffs her kick first time, but she manages to get it in, Laura, on her second attempt.
And that has changed the lead, and she's now just 25 seconds away from a place in the semi-finals and a guaranteed bronze medal.
Yeah, this is where Laura's going to have to use her experience, her ring craft, to get through this fight and get into the next round.
She's running down the clock. Another little look over there at the scoreboard, and it tells her she's very, very close to a victory over the European champion.
This is massive. She's facing a young, fresh fighter, and she's done so well to get this victory, and she's got it.
Yes, a little fist pump there, and that tells you Laura Orgill is delighted, back out of retirement, and she gets to fight on. She's made the semis.
Isn't she the reigning European champion?
It is, yes. So I'm very happy.
Be the champ!
The win's just put me into the medals as well, so yeah, I'm really pleased.
And with a semi-final win over Ukraine's Katerina Afanasieva, it could be a gold medal in the final later.
Self-defense and special techniques provide some of the most spectacular action here at the competition.
Self-defense is a choreographed routine where a hero figure takes on his or her attackers.
The attackers can be as strange and as convoluted as you like, and as many props as they like, as long as the hero sticks to Taekwondo. Everything after this bit, when they go, after that, it's all Taekwondo moves. Then, at the end, finished.
Can you tell us a little bit about special techniques and what exactly is going on?
Yeah, special techniques test the skills of the athletes of jumping high, jumping far, and that really shows what they can do.
I just want to give you a little bit of perspective as to the height of this target that they kick. I mean, look at it.
There's 5 techniques in the individual special techniques. Jump reverse turning kick and a jump turning kick and a flying high kick, all testing different skills.
But you've got to make contact, that's where the points come.
The jump turning kick, theoretically, it should be the right part of the foot in the right angle. If you just clip the thing and it goes back, that may not be good enough. It's that tight.
Brinham himself is a gold medalist in patterns, with England's team of female veterans also taking top spot. Others are at the beginning of their Taekwondo journeys, but amongst the children taking part, the love of the sport is just as strong.
Really proud and I'm lost for word really. It's so good coming up to Liverpool and hopefully bringing back some medals.
In the process, he'll help show that youngsters will aim to make as much of an impact as the adults. More hard hits coming up after the break as Katie Oliffe and Laura Orgill continue their own campaigns for gold.
Taekwondo was first established in the UK back when Bill Shankly was in charge at Anfield and the Beatles were still together. 50 years on, the famous city of Liverpool plays host to the European ITF Taekwondo Championships for 2017.
Almost 1,000 competitors from 32 nations are here to take part, with hosts England showing their massed synchronisation outside the world-famous Liver building. In the nearby Echo Arena, the home team are looking strong in sparring, with Laura Orgill sweeping the opposition aside to advance to the final. Her Russian opponent offers her few opportunities in that final though, Anna Tishenko controlling and winning the clash, leaving Orgill with silver. In the under 57 kilo category, Katie Oliffe is also looking strong, defeating Scotland's Steph Tanner in the quarter-final. The fight for a place in the final would be against a tougher proposition, Bulgaria's Ivana Yonkova. A cautious first round meant it was all square at the halfway stage. Well, James Moran, current England junior captain, this is a massive prize potentially for Katie Oliffe in the blue gloves. but there's nothing to separate her and this very talented Bulgarian at the start of the second round.
Definitely, she's really got to be cautious here, but obviously not too cautious that she puts herself on the back foot. She's got to be careful rushing in there because the Bulgarian is a very seasoned fighter and she's really going to go at this compulsory here, which she's got. And Katie's on the back foot, she's got to get her compulsory in as soon as she can.
It is still possible to win without getting the compulsory, but it's much, much harder. And Katie Olaf has had a good competition here at the Liverpool Echo Arena. Real aggression there from the Englishwoman, and that's a bad clash of heads.
Definitely. I mean, this does give Katie an opportunity to take a little break. She's going to have some medical advice here. That looked a bit of a nasty blow, but I think this is a great opportunity for Frances Miller, the England coach, to give Katie some much needed tactics going into the last part of round 2 of this fight.
Well, she trails by 2, and quite sensibly, the world-class medical officers here just making sure that she is safe and fit to continue. Any tactics being exchanged here?
Definitely. Frances Miller will be using every opportunity to get his tactics across. He's a tactician, Francis. He's one of the best coaches in Taekwondo, and I think this will really help Katie.
Go, Katie! You can hear the coaches saying, go, Katie, come on. And she needs to find something here because she does trail. And Yonkova there just checking the strappings on her foot guards. A little hint there perhaps of time wasting on behalf of the Bulgarian.
Yeah, definitely. She's sensing that she's ahead, but also Katie is starting to pick up momentum after that break of the clash of heads. And that's just breaking the momentum, stopping Katie in her stride. It's very tactical, really.
Yonkova being pushed out of the ring. And that has enabled Katie Olaf to re-seize the initiative here. What a great moment for the Briton.
Really bad mistake by Yonkova. She hasn't realised that she was on 2 warnings, and that third has consequented in a minus point for Yonkova, which means Katie is ahead going into the last 30 seconds of this fight.
Well, if she can just maintain her focus, this would be a huge win, arguably one of the biggest of her career, and it would take her 1 victory away from the European title.
Definitely, she won it as a junior and she's going all out to win it on her home ground here. Great heart shown by Katie. She's not afraid to take a hit and give one back.
Katie Olaf just needs to maintain her focus for the last few seconds.
This is a really heated fight here, Rob. Both fighters going at it, but Katie has just got the mental edge on Yonkova.
She looks over. She's checking the scoreboard. She's waiting, as the true professional she is, for the official confirmation. But she knows she has done enough, and Katie Olaf is in the European final. That final, however, was to prove a different proposition. Perhaps it was the recently received blows from the Bulgarian, perhaps it was her Greek opponent's strong defence. Either way, Sofia Bagiazadou left Katie struggling to get any meaningful attacks on the board. This late flurry was not enough, Bagiazadou taking the gold. There was ambition from the English men too. Bosnia's Boris Kosmuk swept aside by the bricklayer Gary Bonza, who was determined to take advantage of the rare chance to compete in a home tournament.
It's hard going to other countries to do it. Obviously you've got their food, and sometimes it seems like it's a bit of an excuse. You can say, oh well, the food's not very good and the sleeping wasn't very good and we had to fly. We've got no excuses this time.
Gary's opponent in a tough quarter-final would be Semen Erikin of Russia. A blistering bout from the Englishman, he was through to the semi-finals where he took on the quick-moving Nikolai Petkov. It was the Russian, though, who advanced to the final, leaving Bonza with bronze. Though with power breaking still to come, Gary's golden hopes remained intact.
In the sparring rounds, competitors don't get to inflict their full potential on each other. If they did, we'd probably see a lot more of them admitted to A&E. However, in the power-breaking competition, they get to use their full force.
Yeah!
Tell me about the power breaking, because it looks really spectacular. It's like something you'd expect from a 1970s, you know, kung fu flick.
Well, it is. The destruction part is testing the martial art bit. It's the, you know, it really works. All the techniques actually do create a lot of power. If you don't do the technique right, it doesn't work. If you do it right, it should break. So if you hit here, it's not going to break. If you hit there, it's not going to break, probably. One board maybe, but not two or three. If you hit right on the line or just below, it should break if you can do it correctly. But these are really unforgiving. You know, brand new out the box, they're harder than wood. It's much harder. People think because they've got to break, you know, it's going to break easy. Yeah, but that wow, is pretty hard, yeah, so that's not going to break.
As more boards are added, some of the competitors begin to find out just how tough this discipline really is. Back in action, how would Gary Bonza get on? The bricklayer up against the plastic breakboards. Good with the hands, but he would still need to execute successful kicks to make the final. After aggravating a previous injury, there's one more chance left to come. Bonza's through to the final, but at a heavy price. He's going to have to kick through the pain for one last shot at the bronze medal.
When I was practicing it before I come out, I hurt something in my foot and I've not been able to kick off it during up to the competition. So it's just, you have to break. So I knew that's why I did the turning kick, the reverse before the turning kick, because I knew my foot was going to go again. So that's why I'm in pain now.
After his Czech rival Thomas Sotomayor only manages to break one of the boards, his disappointment becomes clear. And it's evident that with one last effort, Gary can claim a medal.
I managed to get bronze, so I'm happy with that. Got a bit of a sore foot though now. I had to break that, I wanted a medal.
So a bronze for Bonza, and there was also a third place finish for England's senior women, a bronze in the team patterns. Looking at the medal table overall, it was almost inevitable that the Russians would come out on top, but James, what a fabulous performance from the English team in seventh.
An excellent performance from everyone who competed for England, up there with all the European Taekwondo giants, and I think every England competitor can say they've done themselves proud.
Great moments for the competitors to remember, and there have been so many great moments for the crowd to cheer.
That's it from Liverpool and the 32 international teams that have delivered us such spectacular action from the European ITF Taekwondo Championships of 2017. Yes, we've seen some home medals, but most respect has to go to Russia for such an impressive haul. Until next time, from the Echo Arena, goodbye.